Welcome to Armstrong High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Baseball on CCX Sports. It's our season opener television-wise for baseball in this rainy, wet spring we've had. It's the Champlin Park Rebels and the Armstrong Falcons. Both teams have managed to get just 2 games in so far, and both at 1-1. I'm Jay Wilcox, happy to be with you for this one here. Not the world's greatest day, but certainly not bad by this spring standards here, as these teams get set to do battle and hoping that weather-wise going forward we're going to be able to get a lot more of our games in. Both of these teams have had numerous rescheduled games early in the season. Champlin Park, a win over Spring Lake Park, and then Monday, the day before this one, they went on the road and lost to a good Chanhassen team 6-1. And Armstrong has had a couple of games, a pretty impressive win over Hopkins, a section opponent, in their first game, and then a 6-3 loss to Coon Rapids last week. And again, those are the only 2 that these have been able to get in so far. Rebels will try to get things going with the bats to begin the game here. Justin Brooks, the third baseman, will lead it off. Chase Oxborough at second base. Andrew Rockow, the right fielder, hitting third. Ryan Oberstar, the DH. Zach Zahalka, the catcher. Kellen Oligmuller at first base. Drew Kaluza in center. Nick Carlson in left. And Joe Theraldson at shortstop, hitting ninth for Champlin Park and Ryan Tome. Will Free, the right-hander, getting the start here today for Armstrong. He has pitched a couple of innings in relief so far this year. 3.50 ERA. He's going to be headed to Gustavus next year. Both teams throwing righties today. So we'll see Jack Loven for Champlin Park. Taken low for a ball there by Brooks. Both teams returned quite a few varsity performers. Both were below 500 a season ago, and they've been pretty good programs, and maybe somewhat off years, I think you'd say, by their standards for both teams in 2022, but looking for better things with some relatively veteran lineups. Free having trouble finding the strike zone early here, falls behind Justin Brooks 3-0. And that one skips wide of the plate, ball 4, as Brooks is aboard to begin the game here for Champlin Park. It's the defensive alignment for Brian Sobiak and the Falcons. Barich, Dawson Franke, Jake Newberger, and Dayton Franke around the infield. Larimore, Roush, Kempel in the outfield. Harrison Boughton behind the plate. And as we said, the senior right-hander Will Free, who had a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff hitter Brooks. And now Chase Oxborough stepping in for the Rebels. Squares around, and he'll drop down a bunt. Throw to first base in time, but he moves Brooks down to second. Sacrifice 1-3 as Oxborough gets the job done. And you like that too, when a guy, the first good pitch that he sees, he's able to put it down. You don't end up messing around and fouling a couple pitches off or anything like that. He just dropped it down on that grass and gave himself up to get the runner over. Now Andrew Rockow coming in for Champlin Park. Dangerous hitter, also a very good pitcher. Pitched in that win over Spring Lake Park. Takes that one high and away. So Rebels trying to get a threat going early here as they get the leadoff walk and then a sacrifice to move Brooks down to second. Lines this one out to medium deep left field. Hangs up, and the catch made by Larimore, and he'll get it back in. So Rockow flies to left field for the second out. And now Ryan Oberstar, the DH, will be the hitter. Nice job out there and left by Larimore. And, for both of these teams, besides the fact that they've had so many rescheduled games, you just haven't had all that much outdoor practice time yet either. So you don't necessarily take it for granted that fly balls and ground balls are going to be smooth and routine. That was a nice job by Larimore with that slicing and a liner at him. Knocked down to third. And the throw across in time as Barrett handles that one well for the Falcons, so they work around the leadoff walk. And the Rebels done in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. So after a half inning, Champlin Park nothing. And Armstrong getting set to come up for the first time here. Lineup for the Falcons will look like this. They've got Dawson Franke, the shortstop, will lead it off. Then the catcher Boughton. Then it is Dayton Franke, the slugging first baseman. Drew Kempel, 3-sport athlete, right fielder, hitting 4th. And it's A.J. Kibblebeck. March, the third baseman, who picked up that ground ball there to end the top of the inning. Tanner Rausch, the center fielder, hits in the 7th spot. Jeff Larimore in left field. And the second baseman, Jake Newberger. And here is the defensive alignment for the Rebels. Brooks, Theraldson, Oxborough, Oleg Mueller around the infield with Carlson, Kaluza, and Rocco in the outfield. Zahalka returning regular at catcher, and then Jack Loven, the pitcher, making his first start of this season. But a guy coming back who threw a lot of innings for them a year ago. He was one of their main pitchers. In fact, I was looking in my scorebook from last year, in the last baseball game I did was a section game against Maple Grove that he was the starter in as well. So two games in a row in my book. We've got Loven starting and trying to get the Rebels going. They got a busy week. Obviously, that's kind of going to be the case, and pitching depth is going to be tested for not just these two teams, but pretty much all teams. You're going to have some of those 4 or 5, maybe even 6 game weeks with all the rescheduling that went on, and everybody kind of has to, play that based on what they see with their own personnel and everything too. I think the one consensus is that generally people are going to give precedence to conference games or maybe section games too. A non-conference opponent, probably not going to throw your best pitching depending on the week. But obviously you're playing to win each and every night. But you go into it knowing that you may not be at your optimal pitching-wise each and every game when you get backed up like this. So Dawson Franke will step in to lead things off here for the Falcons. He's gone 2 for 6 in their first few games, hitting .333, 1 double, a couple of runs batted in. That one's over for a strike, 1-1. I think it's fair to say both teams just kind of excited and eager to get out here and have a game. And then, again, not like as nice as it may be ultimately going to be this spring, but not bad. You certainly can live with this. A little bit of wind and temperature in the low 50s, but not terrible. We certainly have seen worse. Down low there for ball 3, so Franke trying to get aboard to start the bottom of the first like Brooks did in the top of the first for Champlin Park. That one is over for a strike, so now count running full. Loven not overpowering, but he's got good control, good mix of pitches. And that one missed, and Franke is aboard with the walk here. So we start the bottom of the first same way we did the top. And now Harrison Boughton will be the batter. He is 1 for 5 to begin this year, but 3 runs batted in. He will drop down a bunt. Loven's throw to first base is in time, so sacrifice will move Dawson Franke down to second. So same strategy for both teams here, moving that runner over, and now it'll be Dayton Franke, the hitter. He has gone 1 for 6 in the early going, but definitely a dangerous bat in this Armstrong lineup. We were at a game last year where he went deep to right with a grand slam to win a game against Elk River. Fouls this one back. Another of those 3 sport guys too, football and hockey. Kind of fun to see that. It's become a little bit of a dying breed. High chopper up the middle. That one is going to get through. And Dawson Franke will score on the single by his brother Dayton. So Armstrong on the board first. It looked like maybe there was a chance they were going to get to that one. Theraldson and Oxborough kind of looked like a little bit unsure if the other were both going to go for it. Might have held up just a little bit, although I'm not too sure they would have been able to really get a play on this ball anyway. Maybe would have been able to knock it down and keep it in the infield, but as it was, they hesitated just a little bit, it looked like. So Drew Kemple will be the batter here for the Falcons. He is 1 for 4, hitting .250 to begin the year. The one was a triple too. Another of those 3 sport guys I said. There's a nice curveball from Loven. So Armstrong doesn't waste any time getting on the board. Leadoff walk, sacrifice, and then a seeing eye bouncer up the middle by Dayton Franke, and they're up 1-0. Dismissed with that one, so 2-1 now to Kemple. That one lifted. The runner was moving on that play. I was just thinking in my head that Dayton Franke really probably not much of a threat to steal a base there. A little hit and run though. Good athlete, but he's a pretty big guy, and I would venture to say not one of the fastest of the Falcons. Two and two offering here, and a nice block there by Zahalka. That ball in the dirt did a good job of just using that chest protector to deaden it. See if they may start the runner here at 3-2. I would certainly think that would be the case. Nope, he is not. Little chopper there as Kemple stays alive. Fights this one off, and he'll drop it into short right field. Franke's going to have to hold up at second. Kind of got jammed a little bit there. Actually a pretty good pitch, but Kemple fighting it off. Didn't crush it by any means, but got enough of it to flare it out into short right. So runners at first and second now with one out for A.J. Kibbleback as you get another look at that. Just kind of inside outing that one. And Kibbleback 0 for 3 so far as a hitter in these first couple of games. He's had 1 RBI to his credit, also walked once. Obviously the average can go up and down in a big hurry when you haven't played much early in the season, so an opportunity for him here, and this one will get by Zahalka and the runners move up. So not the start in the field that Champlin Park was looking for early in this one. So force play no longer in effect with guys now at second and third. Falcons already up 1-0. Smacked up the middle, and that one will get through. It'll score one for sure, and then it's bobbled out in the outfield, so 2 runners will score on the play, and it's 3-0 Armstrong. As Keebleback will deliver a single and an RBI, and then an error on the center fielder to allow that second run to score, as I don't think there's any doubt Kemple was going to stop, but it kind of crawled up the arm there of Kaluza. So single and E8. Arich will be the hitter now for Armstrong. Takes that pitch up high for a ball. Arich 1 for 6 so far this season. Has 1 run scored. He's also walked once. Popping this one down the right field line. Rocco not able to get to that one. A little tough. The sun kind of coming and going here as, and again, when teams haven't been outside all that much, I don't know, can't speak for the players, but when you're not used to seeing the sun much, it feels awful bright when it comes out full like this. Nice change there, is in for a strike, 1-2. Armstrong trying to build on what's already been a good start, as they have 3 runs so far. Still just 1 out, runner on first. Missed with that one, 2-2. Comes back, fastball there, and Arich just getting a piece of that one. Loven, I mean, you wouldn't really say has been pitching too badly. He walked that first hitter, but you know, a flare single in the right and a couple of bouncers up the middle. Hasn't really been getting, you know, tagged around too bad. And there's a swing and a miss, and that'll be out number 2. Nice job too by the catcher, Zahalka, to hang on to that one. So 2 gone now, and Tanner Roush will step up. Good hockey player for the Falcons as well. Another look at that one, the bottom dropping out. Roush looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 5 so far. That one is over for a strike. Owen trying to battle back, and that's a key. You know, how do you kind of handle adversity here? You don't want a somewhat big inning to really spiral out of control on you either. And that'll be a called third strike as Roush caught looking. But it's a productive inning for the Falcons as they come up with 3 runs in the inning on 3 base hits. There was 1 error and 1 left aboard. After an inning full, it is Armstrong 3 and Champlin Park 0 here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Start for the home team here as Armstrong puts 3 on the board in the bottom of the first, and they lead Champlin Park by a score of 3-0. The Rebels will have the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up to lead off the top of the second. Zahalka, Oleg-Mueller, and Kaluza. So Armstrong on their home field, looking comfortable in that first inning. As I said, 3 singles with a walk to start the inning. So Zahalka will step in. Looks at a first pitch over for a strike. That one got away from Free a little bit, a ball and a strike. Especially when you get these, weeks with multiple games stacking up a little bit too. You're hoping for an efficient start out of your guy too. I mean, you want to put up zeros, but you also don't want to, have to use the bullpen too awful much if you can help it. Two and one pitch, skied out to left center, and drifting all the way over was Larimore, the left fielder. He actually ended up pretty much in center field, but I think he saw that one a little bit better and sooner than Roush and just stayed with it and made that catch. By the time this ball landed, it actually was, you see, he's pretty much cutting in front of the center fielder, which normally you wouldn't see happen, but they must have communicated out there. Again, it just looked like he followed it sooner. Here's Oleg Mueller knocking it down to first. Franke up with it, and the flip over to Free. And he does a nice job covering as Franke. I don't think he realized right away that he probably was not going to win that race to the bag. He made a nice play to pick that one up, and at that point, you have to, when you look up, you got to hope your pitcher was anticipating and getting over there right away, and that's exactly what happened here. As I thought off the bat, this one had a chance to be through, but Franke doing a nice job. So Drew Kaluza will be the hitter now for Champlin Park, and he takes a first pitch strike. Nobody on base, 2 outs here for the Rebels. One just missing. I think it gives you a little confidence too when you're, if you're free, you get out of that first inning after walking the leadoff, and then you see your team come back and put 3 runs on the board. He's feeling comfortable right now, I'm sure. Breaking ball over for a strike, and Kaluza, he didn't think so. Let's put it that way. That one close. This time it's Armstrong's turn to groan a little bit. So 2 and 2. Boy, it's interesting when the sun is out. It feels like a lot warmer. The wind seems to die down, and then when it's back behind the clouds, the breeze kicking up a little bit. It's back to being pretty chilly. Now 3-2 count here to Kaluza. Free would just as soon not lose him here, and then he could start the next inning with the bottom of the order with the 8-9 hitters if he can get Kaluza. And that one way outside and low as Kaluza will draw a walk. So second walk issued by Free, and Carlson will be the hitter. And hits this one well out to left field. Larimore running over. Did he hang on? No. Oh, yes, he did. I'm sorry, he did make the catch. It looked like for a moment when he turned back, he was going after his hat. Nice grab there in left. And a hard hit out for Carlson there. Maybe deserved better, but nice play in left. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We'll go to the bottom of 2. It remains 3-0 after this nice grab by Larimore.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back to Armstrong. Falcons hitting here to start the bottom of the second, and we get a chance to work in an early baseball cliche. How many times after a great defensive play does the guy come up leading off the inning? Jeff Larimore, that catch in left field, and now he steps in to begin this second inning. And Logan pushes him back off the plate a little bit. Larimore 1 for 5 in the first couple games here for the Falcons as a hitter. Does have 1 run batted in. Had a big rip there, didn't get it. Two and 1 offering here is up high. So 3-1 count here. Newberger will step up next here for the Falcons as they try and match that good first inning they had. And there's a leadoff walk to Larimore, same way the first inning started. Loven having a little bit of trouble hitting his spots here, so Newberger will bat now. And he is 1 for 1 as a hitter so far. You have to think if they bunted to begin the first inning that chances are fairly good that he'll be looking to square around here and get that runner over. Takes the bat back and takes a ball up high. Squares around again and takes another ball there. Yeah, you like to get a bunt down, but if you don't see a strike, you get another base runner. It would be just fine with them. That one is over for a strike. I gotta believe Newberger still be asked to bunt here with a 2-1 count. No, swinging away, fouls it back. So now 2-2, much more advantageous situation now for the defense, as they can't say it's impossible to bunt here, but with 2 strikes, far less likely. Runner is going, swing and a miss for strike 3. Zahalka's throw down is going to skip into center, and it'll be a stolen base for Larimore. But Loven gets the strikeout there, so 1 down, runner to second. So ultimately Armstrong gets what they wanted. They get that runner over just in a little different fashion. That throw low. Might have been a close play had it been on target, but was not. So Dawson Franke will be the batter now with the runner in scoring position, 1 out. Franke walked and came around to score the first run of the game in the first inning. There's a strike at the knees. The Hulk able to stop that one kind of off his chest protector and then into his bare hand as that one well short of the plate. And this one is lined out into right center field and will score another run. Dawson Franke, well, I shouldn't speak too soon. He hangs up at third. Larimore didn't get a very good break, and I noticed he didn't have a real good lead over there either. I thought this one was going to score him without too much trouble, but instead he's held up at third, and I don't think Coach Sobiak was terribly happy with that. I don't know if he got fooled into thinking, I don't know, that one he should have been able to score on. So runners at the corners, and Boughton will be the hitter. Look at Solid. Oh, yeah, he went back thinking maybe it was going to be caught. But even then, I think he was probably in a spot where you don't want to gamble too much either, though. So we'll see what they do with first and third here, and Boughton up. Looks at a strike here. See Harrison drop down a bunt to move a runner over in the first at bat here. This time a rip and a miss. So 0-2. Lovin's going to flip to first. I was thinking to myself, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they try and get something going with that trail runner. Franke is a pretty good base stealing threat, and you want to avoid a double play certainly here too. Runner is going from first. Pitch is a strike. Throw down will not be in time, but it's strike three on Boughton, so an important second out recorded there. Give Dawson Franke a stolen base. And so now second and third for Dayton Franke. Look at that breaking ball there, and they don't get the out, but I don't think that, the big part was the strikeout. So Dayton Franke had an RBI single his first time up. I think they might pitch a little bit carefully to him with 2 outs and first base open, but we'll see. That one over the outer part for a strike. It's a big batter here for Lovin. If he gets out of it, still at 3-0, then they're very much still in striking distance. But if Franke is able to knock in a pair here, it'll be a lot different. Fouls this one away, so 0-2 count. Tapper to short, and nice play on the run there recorded by Thoraldson. So Rebels get out of it. Armstrong threatens but doesn't score in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a couple left aboard here. We've played 2 full innings. Armstrong 3, Champlin Park 0 here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
We go to the top of the third here at Armstrong High School. Armstrong leading Champlin Park 3-0. Northwest Suburban Baseball here on CCX Sports. Thanks for joining us for this one. I'm Jay Wilcox. Armstrong got 3 in the first. They got runners to second and third with only 1 out in the second, but unable to score anymore. So Joe Theraldson will step in to lead it off here for Champlin Park in the top of the third as he fouls the first pitch away. Breaking ball missed outside there. 1-1 now to Theraldson, and it'll be the top of the order. Brooks coming up next here for the Rebels. Got 1 runner in each of the first 2 innings, both on walks. So Free has not been touched for a hit as of yet. That could change here, though. Yep, it's going to drop in left center field, and Theraldson will start the third with a single. First base hit for Champlin Park, and Justin Brooks will try and keep things going in the right direction for CP here as you get another look. Just good piece of hitting, drops that one in front. It's been a pretty busy afternoon already for Jeff Larimore out there. Caught 1 very high fly ball, made 1 diving catch, and then that one has to play on a hop. Brooks walked his first time up. And this one is lined out to left. Larimore will make the catch. Solidly hit ball there by Brooks. And nothing to dislike about the contact he made there, but just pretty much hit it right at the left fielder. And Larimore, again, has been busy. And makes the grab there for out number 1. Here's Chase Oxborough getting set to bat now for Champlin Park. He laid down a sacrifice bunt in that first inning, but Brooks was as far as he got, was second. That one is over for a strike. And that one missing away. Be interesting to see if the Rebels, down by 3-0, if that impacts whether or not you might think about trying to steal that bag. Throw to first. Or unlike the majors, we do not have new rules in terms of throws to first or pitch clock or any of that. To short left, Larimore coming on, and again, he seemed to see that one very well. Comes in, makes the catch. I thought there was it was a little bit off the handle. I thought there was a chance that ball might drop in, but he got a good break. And so now 2 outs for Andrew Rockow. Already 5 putouts for Larimore, the left fielder, and Rockow was one of those hitters that fly to left. Takes a strike here. I call a step out as Frey was taking quite a bit of time over there. They're paying some attention to Therrelson, thinking that there's a chance that he might run. That one missed away. He's going to step up. I think he was wanting a new set of signals there from Boughton. Throw to first again. A little bit of a similar situation to when Frankie was hitting for Armstrong, in that you don't want to groove anything too good to Rocco here, but at the same time you don't want to, keep the inning going by putting somebody on. You'd like to make a good pitch and get out of it, but you don't want to give him something too perfect either. Fastball way outside there. Boughton had to get away briefly, but Therrelson not attempting to move up. So 3 balls and a strike now.
Nice big mitt. Take it, swing it now.
And again, come to first with it. Caught the outside corner, and now 3-2. Full count pitch is fouled away. Frankie not holding the run anymore with this 3-2 count. Want to give himself room to be able to knock something down, hit that way. And that's exactly what we see. It's to Frankie, and he will make the play himself. So Rocco hits it hard, but he is out here as the Rebels done in their half of the third. No runs. They get their first base hit. No errors and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the third. It stays 3-0 Armstrong. Welcome back here to Armstrong High School. The sun back out here as the Falcons hold a 3-0 lead over visiting Champlin Park. Brian Sobiak talking things over with his catcher there. 17th season now. Actually, I'd forgotten that he started as a co-head coach for 1 year with Tony Nelson, who had been a longtime coach for the Falcons, and Brian played his high school ball here at Armstrong as well, so been covering him as a player and as a coach for many years now, and did a nice job in their program. And his team got 3 in the first. They threatened again but didn't score in the second, and now they'll have Kempel, Kibelbeck, and Barich, the 4, 5, 6 hitters, coming up in the bottom of the third. Drew Kempel had a single his first time up and scored a run. And way out front of that, slow breaking ball from Loven. Fouls that one away. More off speed there. Dismissed. Sticking with off speed there was Lovan, so 1 and 2. Fouls that one off his leg. And comes back fastball and strikes Kemple out there. Saw a steady diet of off speed and then able to get them. That fastball looks a lot quicker when he's been throwing really slow stuff to you, and got that one by Kemple. So 1 gone. It's the 5th strikeout already for Lovan, and here's A.J. Keebleback, and he takes the ball. He had a single to drive in a run in the first inning. And then laid off that breaking ball that ended up low, 2-0. Lifts this one out to right field. Rockow coming in and will make the catch for out number 2. And Barich will be the hitter now for the Falcons. So far anyway, a little smoother inning for Lovan and the Rebels, as they saw quite a few base runners against in that first 2 frames. Barich a strikeout victim in the first. Lays off that one. I think that's kind of a key right there. We're seeing that if Armstrong is able to lay off that pitch, it's definitely not in the zone, but it's very tempting. It certainly makes them, favor the count a little better if they can lay off that. Second pitch was a fastball over for a strike, so 1-1. That one's way up high. Kind of feel like Lovan has pitched a little bit better than what his overall line is going to look like so far here. A couple of walks, but a few of the hits were, they made solid contact, but nothing really crushing it. Now 3-1. And that one is high and tight, so Barich will draw a 2-out walk. And Roush will be the hitter. Roush took a called third strike to end the bottom of the first. First pitch swinging here and fouls that one back. Ooh, fouls that one off the catcher. Looks like it hit a padded area though for Zahalka as he didn't flinch. 0-2. Back up the middle, Lovan will snare it and flips over to first base, and Roush is out 1-3. And the Falcons are done in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 left aboard. We've now completed 3 innings here in Plymouth. Armstrong 3, Champlin Park nothing.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
We go to inning number 4. The 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for Champlin Park as they trail at 3-0. Oberstar, Zahalka, and Oligmuller will bat against Armstrong righty Will Free. Oberstar bounced to third his first time up. Takes ball 1 here. Rebels have had a couple of walks and a single through 3 innings, but not really able to bunch anything together. Two and 0 offering now, and that one is down low, 3-0. Fastball is over for a strike. I almost said both catchers have had a little bit of trouble the ball popping out of their mitt. You wonder if maybe it's a new glove, and it's early in the year. Both of them have seen that happen a few times where it's seemingly not been a pitch they had to reach for or anything, but it just popped out. Cut and a miss. So Free battling back now to a full count. Just got a piece of that one. Stay at 3-2 here. I think that one might have caught the umpire on the foul ball there, so. Another 3-2 offering coming. And lays off that one up high and out of the zone. So Oberstar, good battle there, and he wins it, drawing a walk. Third walk issued by Free. And Zahalka will be the hitter now for the Rebels. Misses inside with that one. Zahalka flied to left field, as you see in the second inning. That one is over for strike 1. And that one hangs up high. 2 balls and a strike here. Rebels really trying to get something going. Got their leadoff man aboard for the third time in 4 innings, but so far, as I said, haven't been able to bunch much together. That one fouled back. Down to short. Franke will throw to second for 1. No chance on the batter Zahalka, so he will reach on a fielder's choice. A force out at second, 6-4. And so a runner aboard now with 1 out, and Kellen Oligmuller will be the hitter. I think the Rebels are going to send out a courtesy runner for the catcher Zahalka, who just got aboard, and that is indeed the case. They will run with Ben Pullis, number 14, as Oligmuller gets set to bat. Grounded to the first baseman with pitcher covering in that second inning. Throw to first base. It's a little bit of a contrast that we've seen Free go to throw to first quite a bit, whereas Champlin Park's pitcher Loven hasn't seemingly paid quite as much attention to runners. Obviously, situations can be different as well, and that impacts that. That pitch well outside. That one is a strike. And that one outside, so now 2-1. Kaluza waiting on deck here for Champlin Park as they try and get a little rally going here, down 3-0. Runner at first and 1 out. Down the left field line, it's going to be foul and too long of a run for Larimore. Gave it a good effort, but not quite able to get there. They kind of had him shading towards center. They playing Oligmuller to pull there, so that made that a very long run. In some ways, I was actually surprised he got that close to it. Another 2-2 offering coming. Ooh, and that one just misses. Armstrong bench wanted that one. 3-2. And there's ball 4, and Oligmuller will draw a walk. So now 2 on with 1 out for the Rebels. And Kaluza getting set to step in for Champlin Park. But first he'll have a little conversation with his head coach, Ryan Thome. Rebels have found a little success by laying off things here. There's Ryan Thome, who was an assistant and then took over the CP program kind of in a weird year, the COVID year. Kaluza drew a walk his first time up Referee is kind of battling it a little bit here in this inning, it feels like. Couple of walks with a force play mixed in, so 2 on, 1 out. Ooh, on a hard one hopper to third. They get the out there, throw to first, not going to be in time. And a good play by Franke to just get off that bag and make sure he knocked it down. Whew, that one was coming hot and heavy and Burridge there. And you see why it's called the hot corner, as he gets the lead runner here. You see Burridge, that one almost knocked him down. He had a little bit of a long run to go, and that kind of took away really much of a chance to to get that double play. I like that play though, to get the out at third rather than try to go second to first for a double play. I mean, it's not impossible, but I think he made the right decision there. Carlson, who flied to left field in the second inning, now hitting with 2 outs and 2 on. And this one gets through Boughton, and the runners will move up. So now the Rebels a hit away from pulling within 1 perhaps here with second and third and 2 outs. Free now working from the windup. And that one is over for a strike. I say them 1 hit from getting within a run, but now he is 1 strike from getting out of trouble too. Taking ball, missing away here, 2 and 2. Best opportunity Champlin Park's had so far. They don't want to squander it. And a rip and a miss as he strikes out Carlson to get out of a jam. The Rebels in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a couple left on base. We go to the bottom of 4, still 3-0 Falcons.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Champlin Park had a good threat going there in the top of the 4th, but Will Free working out of trouble for the Falcons as he gets the big strikeout, so we stay at 3-0 Armstrong. Bottom of 4 here. It'll be Larimore, Newberger, and Dawson Franke, the 8-9-1 hitters coming up here for the Falcons, and they are still facing Jack Loven here, the Rebels starter. Larimore drew a walk his first time up. That one is outside, and 2-0. A little activity in the pen for the Rebels down there. Again, this early in the season, too, you probably don't want the pitch count soaring too much for either of these guys. That one is a strike. Get a look loosening up there is Oberstar. Larimore fouls this one back into the backstop. Is off that breaking ball in the dirt. Full count here to Larimore. That one's up high, so he draws his second walk of the game here, and that's, I think both pitchers, Loven in particular, would, you know, if you're asking how did you feel today, it's feeling like walked too many hitters. He's walked one in every inning so far, so 4 walks already. And also it hurts a little more too when it's the bottom of the order guys too. Not that these guys aren't capable of getting hit and all that, but Newberger is the batter. And that one's in the dirt, and Zahalka couldn't find it, and it'll be Larimore advancing to second on the wild pitch. So we'll see if that changes anything for Armstrong here. Newberger struck out his first time up. You get another look. Tried to backhand it and just couldn't knock it down. Bunting. Ooh, it got up in the air a little bit. Loven's still going to have to go to first, though, and not in time. It looked like he took his time a little too much there. I'm not sure if he would have gotten him anyway, but Newberger will beat it out for an infield single, as he really got this ball up in the air more than you'd like, and at first you're wondering, is it going to be caught? But it just felt like it was a little too nonchalant there from Loven. Again, not a certainty he would have gotten him anyway, but good hustle on the line by Newberger. And so runners at the corners here for Armstrong, and a conference on the mound here for the Rebels. And I think they're going to lift Loven here. It looks like I thought I saw a signal to the bullpen there. Not certain of that yet, though. Yep, looks like he is going to come out, and Oberstar will come in here for Champlin Park. So we've got a pitching change here for Champlin Park as Loven will head out. Oberstar coming in. We'll take a break and come back with more baseball here at Armstrong High School.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Oberstar completing his warm-up tosses here for Champlin Park as he comes out of the pen here with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Armstrong has runners at first and third. They already lead at 3-0, and a golden opportunity to add to that lead here. As they got a walk, wild pitch, and then a bunt that was supposed to be a sacrifice and move him over, but Newberger beat it out for an infield hit. So see what everybody, you know, an interesting scenario here, both offensively and defensively, with that runners at the corners and nobody out. Dawson Franke is the hitter, the top of the order for Armstrong. Oberstar will bluff to first here. I think that more than anything is kind of feel them out, see what Armstrong might be thinking offensively here. Takes a strike. Infield playing up a little bit here, but I think they would probably try and turn 2 on anything up the middle. Runner from first is going. They throw down, and it'll be cut off. And so they concede that stolen base to Newberger, and now second and third here for Franke. It's interesting because Zahalka came up throwing pretty good there. I almost had the feeling that would have been a close play had it been thrown all the way through there, but Oberstar will step off. Kind of a tough spot to come in here for the relief pitcher, but that's part of it. Infield is in all the way around now for Champlin Park, as you'd expect, and knocked to short, and it gets away. And he'll be safe getting back into second as Larimore will score. Dawson Franke aboard on the E6. There's the part that becomes difficult for the infield as you're in. Although this one, I think, Theraldson would tell you he should have had. It wasn't so much that it overpowered him because he was playing up. Gonna have a pinch hitter now. Joe Cronin will step up to bat here for Armstrong in the number 2 spot. And he's been good so far. Just 3 at bats, but he's 2 for 3, so hitting .667, and also doesn't hurt to have the name of a legendary major leaguer from back in the day. So first and second, still no out. 4-0 Armstrong, and Cronin batting. Fouls this one off his leg. Armstrong, a golden opportunity to try and break this one open. That one is a strike. So Oberstar working ahead in the count here. Cronin down 0-2. Little tapper. This is going to be a tough play. Zahalka up with it, and he will throw to first and get the out. The runners do move up. Good job to pounce on that one. I don't think Oberstar, the pitcher, had so far to go. I don't think he would have had a very good chance to get the out there, but nice work by Zahalka to get that out. It works like a sacrifice, although it obviously isn't. A little tap out, but so still a good spot for Armstrong here. Now 1 out, second and third, and one of their best hitters up, Dayton Franke. And it's a tapper to short. They're going to come home with it. The throw is in time. Again, having that infield in. The first time it resulted in an error. This time they get Newberger at the plate for out number 2. And Newberger hobbled a little bit as he comes back, as he slid, I think, into the shin guards probably of the catcher, Zahalka. Another look at that one. Got another pinch hitter here for Armstrong as Cade Berg, number 18, will bat. Oh, and slips. Now the throw coming home. And then back to third, and it'll get through. And Armstrong will steal a run there as Dawson Franke will come in on the error. Trying to draw that throw, and unfortunately for Oberstar, he slipped throwing that ball to second. But they were still going to be okay, and the throw comes home, and then back to third, and it just got through. So now Berg hitting at a 5-0 score. Another look as you'll see this throw come home. Obviously they're still okay there, and honestly I gotta score that error on the third baseman. Wasn't a great throw, but it certainly looked catchable. And an awkward swing there by Berg. So Zahalka throwing that back to third. I don't know if it's possible, a little bit of a sun issue there for Brooks, but seemed like a ball he should have caught. Berg takes that one down low. Berg 0 for 2 in his the first couple games. He did have one walk as well. That one's over for a strike. Well, if you're Armstrong here, you want to be greedy and get that one more run in. Got Franke at third. But Berg a swing and a miss, and the inning will come to an end. So the Falcons add to their lead in a couple of unusual plays there. 2 runs in the inning, 1 base hit. There were 2 errors committed by the Rebels and 1 left aboard. So 4 full, it is 5-0 Armstrong.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Nice crowd filling in here at Armstrong as the Falcons lead Champlin Park by a score of 5-0 here. Northwest Suburban Conference Baseball on CCX Sports. Thanks so much for joining us. Rebels will have the 9, 1, and 2 spots coming up to start the 5th. Thoroldson, Brooks, and Oxborough, as the starter Will Free still on the hill here for Armstrong as he worked out of trouble in the 4th to keep it at the time a 3-0 lead, and now his team has added a couple more and it's 5-0. Kind of a mixed bag in that inning though for Armstrong. I'm sure in some ways they feel like they could have added more than they did, and then the Rebels almost got out of it, but a little bit shaky defensively. Here's a tapper right down the line. It's going to stay fair, it looks like. Oh, it is foul. Smart play there by Barrage as he let that ball go and gave it a good eye right down the line, and umpire a long look too. I thought this ball was going to die in fair territory there, but just outside the line. Actually came all the way to a stop, it looked like. Obviously at that point Barrage has no play to make other than hope it goes foul. Looks like Armstrong pinch hit in 2 spots last inning. They re-entered the catcher Boughton, but did not re-enter the right fielder Kempel. Berg has stayed in the game and right. Smack down to short. Franke to Franke as they get the out. Good hustle by Thoroldson, who runs pretty well, but Armstrong's Dawson Franke throwing over to Dayton Franke, and they get the play. Those are the kind that give you confidence as a pitcher, because you know that wasn't super routine chance. I mean, it wasn't the toughest play ever either, but it was just one of those that a good team makes and one that struggle maybe doesn't make. Justin Brooks, the batter now for Champlin Park. Had a walk and then lined out to left. He hit the ball pretty solidly in the 3rd inning, but nothing to show for it as left fielder Larimore made the catch. Free's mostly been pretty good. He's had a little bit of trouble with walks, and there have been a few loud outs here and there, but overall, I think you'd have to like his outing if you're a Falcons fan so far. .30 pitch here to Brooks, and that one is over for a strike. Oxborough, the on-deck hitter for Champlin Park. Time, or inning-wise, starting to be a little bit of an issue for the Rebels, and especially when those 2 more runs were tacked on. Smokes this one fair down the third base line and into left field. Larimore hustling over, and they're going to hold Brooks to a single there. I think maybe with a different score, you might have seen them be more aggressive and possibly try and get 2 there, but he's going to hold up at first base. This, I think, fair to say, the best hit ball of the day for the Rebels. He really turned on that one. Baric, no chance as it was smoked down the third base line. So Oxborough hit with a runner at first and 1 out. Takes that one up high for a ball. Just the second base hit for Champlin Park, and that was obviously no doubter there as Brooks really turned on it. And here's another well-hit ball to left field. Larimore hustling over. Brooks is digging for third, and he's going to make it. And then also into second is Oxborough. So back-to-back hard hit for Champlin Park. And runners at the corner, or excuse me, at second and third with 1 out for Rockow. Another look as Larimore hustling over. Hard to say if you'd, I don't know, if you made the right play there to throw that toward third. I don't know that they necessarily would have been able to keep Oxborough from advancing anyway, even if he had thrown it to the cutoff into second. But so Rockow with a good opportunity here, second and third, and only 1 out. He's 0 for 2. Drills that one, and it'll be through into right field for a hit. It'll score 1. They're going to hold up that second runner. Again, no reason to gamble when you're down by this margin, but Rockow delivering a hard RBI single to get Champlin Park on the scoreboard here. So they have come out swinging in the 5th with 3 straight hard hit balls, and Brian Sobiak up out of the dugout here for Armstrong as Rockow, you see, delivering that hit. Coach Sobiak is going to stick with his starter here free, and part of that might be that I don't know that they necessarily had anybody loosening because he had seemingly been sailing along pretty good, but then it was bang, 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 3 hard hit balls in a row. Ryan Oberstar, the pitcher, will hit now for Champlin Park. See if Ryan Tome has anything in mind to get his guys moving on the bases here, but 1 out in the inning. And another hard hit ball, but a nice catch by Baric. Good alert base running too, though, by Oxborough to not be too far off. And Oberstar stung that one, but he'll be out for out number 2. Although that's the kind of out that if you're watching as Armstrong coaches, yes, you're grateful for the out, but you see it was another very hard hit ball, and you might be thinking that free is kind of getting close to the point where you might lift him. Zahalka, the batter now with 2 outs for the Rebels. Takes a strike. They're sending Sammy Schultz down to maybe start loosening up here a little bit for Armstrong. Breaking ball, pop back foul and out of play. So Free trying to work out of trouble here. 4 solidly hit balls in a row. 3 singles and then a line out to third. But trying to work out of this difficulty. Breaking ball there, Boughton knocks it down. Runners will stay put. Here's the 1-2 coming. Tapper back up the middle. Franke will step on second and they get the out. And so the Rebels have a good inning, but they're held to 1. 1 run, 3 base hits, no errors, and a couple left aboard. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning now. 5-1 Armstrong.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
5-1 lead here for Armstrong as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Keeblebeck, Barich, and Roush will be the hitters. Keeblebeck 1 for 2. Had an RBI single in the first and then a fly to right as Oberstar still on the mound, by the way, for the Rebels as he came in and got the job done in that 4th inning in relief of Loven. Pitch taken for a ball, and even Keeblebeck was a little surprised. I think that one wasn't a strike. 1-0. Breaking ball hangs up high there, 2-0. Armstrong's had at least one base runner in every inning. Skies this one out to left field. Hangs up there, and Carlson able to make the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th, and Barich will hit. Barich has had a strikeout and then a walk. That one is a strike. Looked like it fooled Zahl because it got all the way through him. And credit to the umpire. A lot of times they're hesitant to call a strike on a pitch that isn't caught like that, but it did definitely appear to be in the zone. That one's up high, 1-1. Breaking ball over for strike 2. And fights that one off. Couple more road games the next 2 days for Champlin Park as they add Anoka Wednesday and add Andover Thursday before hosting Bemidji on Friday. Again, weather permitting on all those based on forecast. We could be looking at a little bit of trouble getting them in again late in the week. There's a swing and a miss, and Barich down on strikes for out number 2, and Tanner Rausch will be the batter. And meanwhile for Armstrong, they'll be back here on Thursday afternoon to host Tino Grace, and then Minneapolis South on Friday. Play at Elk River on Saturday as you get a look at that strikeout. Rausch, a swing and a miss. He is 0 for 2. Oberstar seems to be in a pretty good groove. Oops, just as they say that, he skips that one in. That's the time to do it, though. Nobody on base. And this one driven out, and catch is made. Nice play to stick with that one. Kind of a sinking liner there, and Kaluza stays with it. So Rausch coming close, but does not get a base hit there. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We've completed 5. It is 5-1 Armstrong.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
New pitcher for Armstrong as Sammy Schultz will come in, the left-hander in relief of Will Free, and Will went the first 5 innings for Armstrong, allowing 4 hits, walked 4, struck out 1, but most importantly just 1 run allowed for the Falcons starter here. So Champlin Park, a couple more innings to try and claw back in this one. They're down 5-1. Last inning was their best by far. They had, after a bounce out, they had a back-to-back-to-back singles and then a hard line out to third, but eventually Free able to get out of the inning. So Oleg Mueller, Kaluza, and Carlson, the scheduled hitters here for Champlin Park. As Schultz, we'll see him for the first time. This will be his first time pitching in this young season. Again, both teams that have managed to only get 2 games in each coming into today. They had obviously been scheduled for more than that, but we know what the weather's been like so far. Much better today. Although still not warm. You might, take a look at this one and look at the video and say, boy, it looks really nice out there. And yeah, it is somewhat, but it's not all that warm either, as a little bit of wind. So Kellen Olegmuller stepping in here for the Rebels. He grounded to first and walked his first 2 times up. Oh, and the first pitch hits him in the back. Olegmuller will be aboard here to begin the 6th, and that one might have hurt a little bit. Another look, very first pitch thrown into the lower back. So Kaluza will bat now here for Champlin Park. Ouch. Outside with that one. That's the thing, the complexion of a game can really change a lot when you change pitchers, and in good ways and in bad ways. And Champlin Park right now hoping that they can jump on the reliever here, Schultz. That one's over for a strike. 2-1, and that's especially with a 4-run lead like this. That's what you're hoping for, Schultz. I mean, you don't want to groove pitches and that kind of thing, but you definitely don't want to, put a bunch of guys on by walking them or hitting them as he did on the first batter. You want to make them earn it, especially with this kind of lead. Here's strike 2. And there's a called third strike. Kaluza was not so sure about it, but it'll be out number 1. And now Nick Carlson will be the batter here for Champlin Park. So nice bounce back from Schultz there after he hit the first batter and then fell behind, but comes back with the strikeout. And that one is low, and the runner will move up. Oleg Mueller down to second. Mountain couldn't quite squeeze that one, although we'll call it a wild pitch. I think it was low enough that it wasn't, you wouldn't call it a ball that, was a pass ball. There's a strike. 1-1 count to the Champlin Park left fielder Carlson. Had a runner in scoring position, 1 out, but they do trail 5-1. Dismissed with that one. 2-1. Smack down to second. You get the out at first. Runner Oleg Mueller moves over to third, but that's a big out for Armstrong here. 2 gone now in the 6th. And Theraldson will be the hitter. Haven't had much work defensively so far for Newberger, but he got the job done on that one. See, Theraldson singled in the 3rd. That was the only hit the Rebels had until the 5th. A tough play here for Franke. Long throw across, not in time. Infield hit and a run scores here for Champlin Park. Theraldson, we said earlier, it looks like he moves pretty well, and good hustle to beat that one out. I don't think anything done wrong here defensively, just hit in a spot where they couldn't quite get him. And Oleg Mueller scoring run number 2 for the Rebels. And now Justin Brooks is the batter. Let's see, a pretty easy call there. He had that one beat. Brooks, you see 1 for 2. Hit the ball pretty well in his one time getting out, too, a liner to left. Taken down low for a ball here. 3 balls, no strikes to Brooks, and Oxborough waiting for his opportunity. As you see, Tharaldson leading from first. Rebels to within 5-2. That one is over for a strike. Runner is going. I think that was ball 4 anyway there, right? Looks like it, yeah. So he's safe either way there. And Brooks drawing a 2-out walk. And Oxborough will be the batter here. Rebels not done yet here in this inning as they have scored 1, and now runners at first and second and 2 outs. There's a strike. Oxborough singled last time up. Breaking ball is over for strike 2. Up the middle, and Newberger will get the force play there at second. So the Rebels done in the 6th inning. They do get 1 run on 1 base hit, and there are a couple left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2 Armstrong.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Pretty good ball game here today. 5-2 Armstrong over Champlin Park as we head to the bottom half of inning number 6. Well, like we said, for these teams, getting games in early hasn't worked out so well for us in our schedule earlier. We were 1 for 5 to begin, but here's the rest of a busy week, what you can watch for on CCX. Girls lacrosse on Wednesday night. Wayzata hosting Breck. We'll have softball Thursday as Maple Grove hosts Blaine, and then some more softball on Friday as Hopkins hosting Wayzata again, weather permitting, of course, and it goes without saying. And we'll be having Osseo Armstrong softball next week as Falcons softball they play on the field right adjacent to this baseball field. 8, 9, 1 spots coming up here for Armstrong, Larimore, Newberger, and Dawson Franke as Oberstar still on the hill, the second pitcher of the game to work for Champlin Park. He had a 1-2-3 fifth inning. It was the first one that Champlin Park pitching has had in the game. Larimore has walked both of his times up, and he was also, as I said, busy defensively. He's had quite a few chances out there in left field early in the game, especially. And he flares this one out into right center, and Larimore will have himself a base hit. So he's been on all 3 times out of the number 8 spot today. And so leadoff guy on for Newberger and the Falcons. Good piece of hitting here. Hadn't really had to swing the bat much earlier in at bats, but he was ready. Takes that one up high for a ball. You'd kind of really think it's probably a bunt situation, but Newberger was not showing bunt there. And now 2-0. That one's over for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now to the number 9 hitter, Newberger. Breaking ball got away from Oberstar there, so 3-1. That one's over for a strike. So 3-2 now to Newberger. And that one's low and away, and Newberger will draw a walk. So Armstrong, just what they love to see to begin the 6th. They get the 8 and 9 hitters aboard, a single and then a walk, and I think we're going to see a pitching change here for Champlin Park, and we will, as Oberstar will be lifted. Pretty effective outing for him, though. I thought he came in, did a pretty good job of getting them out of trouble in that 4th inning, and then at a 1-2-3 5th, but a couple guys aboard to start this inning, and so pitching change here for the Rebels. Will step aside here. Armstrong leading at 5-2 and trying to add to that here in the bottom half of the 6th.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
New pitcher Drew Kaluza moving in from center field here for Champlin Park. And first pitch bunted at by Dawson Franke, but he missed it. So runners at first and second, nobody out for Armstrong here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead 5-2. There is a look at now into the outfield. Brady Schornstein playing in center as Kaluza moved from center to pitch. Franke's been on all 3 times, a walk, a single, and then reached on an error. Bunting again, and he pops it up. And the catch is made. Nice job finding that ball by Zahalka there. So 1 out, and Franke not able to get that bunt down. Boughton will be the hitter. See, he just got underneath that one. Boughton takes a ball. He had a sacrifice and then a strikeout. He is 0 for 1. Last time through, Joe Cronin batted for him. And then Boughton re-entered. Here's a strike. And strike 2, another breaking ball there from Kaluza. Important spot here for Kaluza. If you want to give your team a chance in that 7th, you really got to kind of hold them here. Not an easy spot to come in with runners on like this and the heart of their order coming up, but he's looked pretty good so far. Low one away with that one. So now the count running full to the Armstrong catcher. And that'll be ball 4. So they're loaded up now for Dayton Franke. Gonna have a courtesy runner at first base for Armstrong as Roy Gillis will run there for Boughton, the catcher. So they are loaded up now for the big first baseman Franke, who was 1 for 3 today. 1 out in the inning. Yeah, they put 2 outs on the board, but it is just 1. Coach Sobiak was verifying. Skied out to left field. This should score the run. Carlson makes the catch. And a sacrifice fly for Franke will make it 6-2. As Larimore in to score. And Drew Kemple will re-enter here. Kemple 1 for 2. And last time Berg batted for him and then stayed in right field. Cut and a miss. Taken for a ball there, 1-1. Rip and a miss here at that breaking ball. Kemple's lunged at a few today. I think that You'll be thinking, talking and looking at tape a little bit, say, let's stay back. Tried to get him to chase one again. Runner is going to third, and no, he's safe. Bit of a gamble there, but it'll pay off. As Ahalka comes up throwing there, and see the ball beats him, but he got in around the backside there. So Newberger to third. Runner at first, Gillis stayed there. Obviously he wasn't sure, and I think that's the right thing to do there. You don't want to force your guy to go. And now they will take second as Gillis heads down. And there's a called third strike as Kempel caught looking and Kaluza gets out of it. Falcons add an insurance run though, and they will go to the seventh with a 6-2 lead as the Rebels one more at bat here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all three of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Armstrong started the game with 3 runs in the bottom of the first, so they've led throughout. They lead 6-2. One more at bat here for Champlin Park to try and extend this one. They'll have a good spot of their order coming. 3, 4, 5 hitters. Rockow getting set to lead it off here for CP against Sammy Schultz, who came in to start the 6th inning, and a little bit of an up and down inning. He got out of it though, allowing just the 1 run. Rocco had an RBI single in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. Looks at ball 1. Lifted out to deep right field, and this one is out of here. Rocco starts the 7th with a solo shot. I was just thinking that if you're Armstrong, well, this is the spot you want to face him in, is with nobody on base. And Rocco gets a hold of that one and takes it out. So now a 6-3 ball game. Look at the swing. Rocco definitely a capable, strong hitter, and he shows it right there. All they could do is watch it go. So 6-3, and here's Ryan Oberstar will re-enter to bat here for the Rebels. Little tapper, and that's going to be foul. That one's over for a strike, and it's 0-2 here to Oberstar. Smacks that one foul down the third base line. Outside with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Oberstar. Rebels didn't do a whole lot with the bats for the first few innings, but then down the stretch have hit much more, including a leadoff homer here to start the 7th by Rockow. Oh, and it's a called third strike. Oberstar thought it was up high. And so 1 gone here for Champlin Park, and Zach Zahalka will be the batter. That go for 3 here today. That one's over for a strike. That one just missing 1-1. Two balls and a strike on that pitch, low and in. And not close with that one, 3-1. And there's ball 4. Zahalka will draw 1-out walk here for Champlin Park. And Oleg Mueller will be the hitter now for the Rebels. Very first pitch he saw from Schultz hit him in the lower back. So got on the hard way last time, or the painful way. Tapper foul here. And lifted out to left center field, and that one is going to drop in for a hit. Just hit it in a spot nobody could get to, and Oleg Miller will have a 1-out single here. Runners at first and second now for Champlin Park. Going to have a pinch hitter here for Champlin Park as Ty McGee will come in and bat here. So Rebels still hanging in there, 6-3. Runners at first and second, one out. Ty McGee, the batter. That one's over for a strike. And there's strike two. Nick McGee fooled a bit by that breaking ball. 1-2. McGee takes time here. Lifted out to right field. That'll be playable. Catch made. Runner is tagging. A little bit surprising maybe there, but it pays off as Ahalka will reach third. McGee flying to right for out number 2, and Nick Carlson will be the batter. So first and third, and Armstrong going through some signals defensively, but I'd say stroll on down to second if you want to. We just got to worry about getting this last guy. There's a strike. Carlson 0 for 3 today. And strike 2. Down to short. Franke up with it. He'll throw to first. And a nice, no, it's knocked down, but not scooped by Dayton Franke there. So a run scores. Oleg Mueller around to third. Make it a 6-4 ball game. You see a nice backhand, and then the throw is low. Joe Therrelson will be the hitter. And that one's in the dirt. There's a strike. Therrelson has been solid here in the number 9 spot today with a couple of base hits already. Trying to extend this one for the Rebels. Are within 6-4 and runners at the corners. Another one, almost the same spot. That'll get through. Another run scores. First and second now, tying run at second base as Therrelson gets his third hit of the afternoon. Snuck that one between third and short. And now the top of the order coming up here for the Rebels. Brooks, the batter here for Champlin Park as they try and fight all the way back. Takes ball one. Ball and a strike. Low there, nice block by Boughton. Two-one pitch. It's up high, 3 balls and a strike now to Brooks. Liner out to left field. That'll be in for a hit. Tying run will score. Throw coming to third, now down to second. It bounces away, and the Rebels are going to take the lead. Therrelson comes around to score as well, and Champlin Park will surge in front. Armstrong throwing it around a little bit. They were going to be tied anyway, but then throwing error will give Champlin Park the go-ahead run. See that throw back to second getting away. So Oxborough will step in. Fouls it out of play. There's a strike. And there's a called third strike as Oxborough caught looking, but what an inning for the Rebels as they come up with 5 runs to surge into the lead. And now it's Armstrong down to their last chance. 7-6 Champlin Park as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Rocco, best known as a pitcher, but started that 7th inning rally with a solo home run for the Rebels. And even at that point, you're still thinking, well, they got a long hill to climb still. But Champlin Park puts 5 on the board in the top of the 7th to go from down 6-2 to up 7-6. Now it's Drew Kaluza trying to close it out. A.J. Keeblebeck will lead it off here for Armstrong. First pitch over for a strike. Keeblebeck 1 for 3 at a single in the first inning. Armstrong had the lead all the way until the top of the 7th after getting 3 in their half of the first. Outside with that one, 2-1. Pops this one up sky high. Foul ground, but playable. Now it drifts back fair, actually. And the catch made by Brooks. So 1 gone here in the 7th. And Barich will be the batter. Looks at a first pitch strike there. He's had a walk sandwiched in between 2 strikeouts today. Fouls that one back. Hard not to be a little discouraged if you're Armstrong, but at the same time you have to say, well, okay, we got one more shot. We're down 1. They probably were feeling pretty good about getting a W until that 7th, but and a rip and a miss. Barich down on strikes for the 3rd time today, and 2 gone now. And the batter for the Falcons will be Roy Gillis, stepping in as a pinch hitter here for Roush. Looks at a first pitch strike. He is 0 for 1 as a hitter this year. Kaluza trying to set him down in order here. No swing there, 1-1. That one is over for a strike. Kaluza 1 pitch away from fastening down this win here, and kind of an improbable one the way the game looked, but Rebels trying to get it. Boy, how do you take that pitch in this spot? That's either gutsy or I don't know. We've seen a lot of strikes that were kind of all over. That one fouled out of play. The 2-2 coming here from Drew Kaluza. Tapper to short. Juggled a bit, but the throw is in time, and a nice come-from-behind win for Champlin Park as they save their best for last. 5-run 7th inning to rally for the victory here for Champlin Park. And Kaluza, you know, when you came in from center to pitch, you're thinking at that point, well, just do your best to keep them close here and give your team a shot. And that's exactly what happened. And a heck of a rally here for the Rebels. It started with that homer for Rocco, and a big hit from Theraldson mixed in, as well as Brooks. And Champlin Park getting the victory here today as they go to 2-1 on the season. And Armstrong, a tough loss as they will drop to 1-2. So our final score in this one is Champlin Park 7, Armstrong 6. For all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. So long from Armstrong High School.